In this app video, we're going to investigate how to get the distance between 2 points by using a formula. So here we have 2 points, and they have coordinates which we will be given and which are color coded here so that the x values are blue and the y values are in purple. Excuse me. Okay, so how could we go about getting the distance? Well, we know from Pythagoras that if we can convert or construct, I should say, a right-angled triangle which has a horizontal and a vertical line segment to it, then we can use the lengths of the horizontal and vertical values and Pythagoras and a square root to get distance here. So here we will be using 8 squared and 5 squared to give us the square root of 89. 89 is a prime number, so that's definitely as exact as it will become. It is exact, and of course you can use a calculator to approximate it. Okay, we can set a random question, as many of them as you like, and try to do them, or we can just make up our own problems. Let's see what else the app has to offer. We can turn on the grid, and we can turn on the axis. And we can remind ourselves of the app we used earlier to calculate horizontal and vertical distances. And here we learned something very special, that if there's a negative and a positive number, we could ignore their signs and add their magnitudes to get 6, like 4 and negative 2. If they're both negative, I'll make everything negative right now. We could take the 7 and the 3 to get 4, and the 2 and the 1 to get 1 in our special triangle. 2 negatives give us 4, and these 2 negatives, well, they give us nothing in that case. If they're mixed, you add them. If they're the same from the first to the third quadrant, you subtract them. 3 take away 1. If they're both negative, negative 6, negative 2, we get 4. Okay, so that kind of gives us a shortcut into using this app. So 5 and negative 5, we'd add them to give 10. There's your 10. And 5 and negative 2, you'd add them to get yourself 7. Okay. So let's see what happens when there's a naught involved. Minus 7 and 0 will give us 7. So the point is that you can learn how to jump over this first stage and get straight to that 7. And a 7 and negative 5 is 12. 7 and 5 is 12. All the while, we can use the grid, so we could count the boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And going the horizontally, it's 2. So we would expect a 2 squared and a 6 squared, 4 and 36. Now if you use the formula blindly, you'll get negative sometimes here. Okay. But if you use it keeping in mind that all you're doing is getting a horizontal and vertical distance of a supporting triangle, then you can make sense of what you're doing all the time and make the maths much easier. Okay. On your slides, you'll be able to click straight through to both this video, from the title, and from the picture to the app, as always. See you in the next one.